good young players. I was impressed last week at Millville. Their quarterback threw the ball very, very well. I felt, and when you're an underclassman and you're throwing the ball that well, that bodes well for the future, and it bodes well for the future for the league as well as it does for their team.
Absolutely. Live coverage of Atlantic City Vikings football is brought to you in part by Dino's of Margate, open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m., serving award-winning subs and pizza. Dino's delivers all over, including to the beaches. Call them at 609-822-6602. Dino's, 8016 Ventnor Avenue in Margate, and by Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House just down the street from Atlantic City High School, the neighbor with the best burgers. Vagabond features live entertainment, including a special game day menu for your NFL enjoyment. Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, open weeknights until 1 a.m., 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Join your fellow Vikings fans before and after the game at Vagabond. And the rides aren't open at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th Street in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, but this is a good time to get bargains for next summer. At Wonderland Pier, your tickets never expire. Bring your leftover tickets from this year to the parks when they open next spring. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at gillians.com and at Stainton's Gallery on Asbury Avenue at downtown Gillian's.
We do have a game already tonight. Tom started on our Baumgardner construction scoreboard. St. Augustine has scored the last 2 touchdowns. They now lead Egg Harbor Township 21-7. That game in the first half. Everybody else starting when we do.
An important game for Egg Harbor Township. They have a 4-1 record. They're number 5, I think, now in Group 5, and they're going to need to win a game or two to get into the playoffs of the remaining 3 games. This might not be the one. They play Atlantic City in a couple of weeks, and I forget who do they play next week. But next week they play Millville, Egg Harbor Township. So I'm sorry. They play St. Joe's next week. Egg Harbor Township does, and then they play Millville. So
they got a couple tough ones coming up.
Absolutely, and the St. Augustine's not going to be an easy one either for them. St. Augustine, of course, is in the playoffs because there's 9 teams or something in their group, and 8 of them make the playoffs. I think they're number 4 or 5 right now. So, but it was 7-7, you said, and St. Augustine scored twice to make it 21-7.
Yes, I wasn't able to determine yet who scored first, but I saw from the time we went on the air, it was 14-7, then it was 21-7. So they have scored 2 touchdowns in the last 10 minutes here.
Don't forget, on our sister station, it will be in a few minutes. Delsey at Hamilton. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer up there at Hamilton High School for that game. Hamilton's undefeated. Delsey is 3-3 with a 3-game winning streak. And that's an interesting game in the West Jersey Football League. And tomorrow afternoon at 1:30, Tony Blum and Jim Schaefer will bring you Mainland at St. Joe's. Mainland has given St. Augustine and Buna, 2 teams with good records, very tough games, and we'll see what they can do against St. Joe's. That's tomorrow afternoon. All that is on our sister station, 97.3 ESPN. I still have never gotten a straight answer on why we call them sister stations and not brother stations or uncle stations or whatever, where that came from, but that's what we do. Captains are at the center of the field, 4 for each team. For the toss of the coin here at Ocean City, it's Senior Parents Night. They introduced the senior parents, the football players, before the game. I think the band and cheerleaders are at halftime. As far as the parent recognition is concerned. And the good news for Kevin Smith and his staff and Ocean City's fans, there weren't very many seniors.
Yeah, there definitely weren't. I was thinking the same thing when you were talking about all the underclassmen that were quarterbacks. I mean, on Ocean City's team, there just aren't that many seniors anyway.
No. Matter of fact, they have 9 seniors, 15 juniors, 12 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. Atlantic City, a total of 38, though they're not all healthy. Atlantic City has 61 players, 13 seniors, 22 juniors, 11 sophomores, and 15 freshmen.
Now, how many other play-by-play announcers can give you that kind of information right off the top of his head?
Well, you just have to count the roster.
Yeah, but you couldn't have counted them that fast while you were reciting them. You
No,
must have
no,
counted them
we had
before.
we had them ahead of time. All right. The coin has been flipped. Atlantic City is going to have its back to the ocean, and they're going to take the football, I guess. He didn't indicate anybody deferred, so I'm assuming Atlantic City won the toss, took the football, and Ocean City is going to kick toward the ocean.
Yeah, he just made what looked like a deferred sign, but I think he was telling the teams to, shake hands. He was going like this, and he was kind of motioning them toward each other to shake hands on, because usually they will use show the deferred sign prior to putting them on one side or the other.
So any moment here, Ocean City will break through the sign. The band will strike up, and we'll just be moments from kickoff. Here they go. Our coverage of Cape Atlantic League football brought to you by Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point. They hope you will continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., Saturdays until 6, and Sundays from 8 until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com. Ocean City High School Band. Ocean City High School Band playing the national anthem here at Carey Stadium, just moments away from Ocean City kicking off to Atlantic City. If you're planning to build a home, make your first step. Visit the Halliday Leonard. At Halliday Leonard, they'll consult you on your design and assist the development of your custom home. They build single homes that will fit most any budget, plus condominiums, townhouses, and commercial buildings. Get your ideas together and take them to Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. Ocean City to kick off here to start this football game. Atlantic City comes in off of a 42-0 loss to St. Joe's. Before that, they beat Vineland 32-12, lost to St. Augustine 45-22, beat Mainland 44-38, and lost to Egg Harbor Township 28-27. So they're 2 up and 3 down. Andrew Donahue to kick off, approaches the ball. High kick toward the right side, taking it about the 20-yard line. Plenty of blockers out in front. Goes down the right sideline across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And Atlantic City will put it into play at its own 33.
And the Raiders' time will have to deal with a lot of speed again tonight. That was an issue for them last week. Millville had so much speed. Atlantic City is going to have the same type speed across the ball from them.
Probably not quite as much, but they certainly do have some quick players. And the quarterback, as we mentioned, Jameer Pravard, is one of the keys. Slot to the left, double slot formation. Pravard in the shotgun. Officials whistle the ball ready for play, and we're ready to go here. Now he looks to the sideline. They hold up a sign, and everybody shifts a little bit. Pravard takes the snap, hands it off straight up the middle, across the 35 to about the 38 or 39-yard line.
I never could understand I guess I'm going to have to ask somebody who's intelligent what those signs can mean. When they only have 3 or 4 different things on the sign, they got to have more than 3 or 4 plays.
2nd and 5. Brevard takes the snap again, hands it off straight ahead, and across the 45 for a first down for Atlantic City is Alquan Conaway, the 5'10", 188-pound junior.
Maybe what it is they hold up the sign to tell you which coach is giving you the real signal and which one's being the decoy.
1st and 10 for Atlantic City at their own 48-yard line. They check the sign again. There's also signals going on from a coach right next to that sign. Motion from the right slot back. He gets the ball, trying to swing it out the left side. Good pursuit by Ocean City. Dan Welsh makes the tackle. There's a flag on the play. And trying to turn the corner there was Tyleek Jones, a 5'9", 154-pound junior. But there is a holding penalty against Atlantic City.
I often think Mike Slaveski would be laughing at people holding up signs and all the deception. He would say to you, hey, look, we're going to run dive right on this play, see if you can stop us. and you know, a lot of times, I mean, they probably ran the same play back in that day, 70% of the time, and he just kind of felt like if they were a lot stronger than you were, we were going to beat you. Game has evolved tremendously since that time.
Loss of 10. It's 1st and 20 for Atlantic City back at its own 38-yard line. Double slot formation. Brevard takes a snap. He's rolling right, looking downfield. Quick pass to the sideline. It's caught by DeBerry, and DeBerry picks up the penalty and more. He crosses the 50 to the Ocean City 48-yard line.
Somebody missed some coverage assignment there because he was so wide open there. I don't think there was anybody within 10 yards of him when he made the catch. They closed quick enough to prevent the first down. No huddle.
Might have actually been Michael Barillo on the reception. Motion from the slot back left side. There'll be 3 receivers out to the right. Quick pass to the right. Caught in the flat, but Ocean City reacts. Then he makes a couple extra yards, actually, inside the 45 to the 44. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Tough to see that far sideline is, almost a lot of times from up here, looks like they're out of bounds on that far sideline.
No huddle. 3rd and about a yard. Brevard with a back to his right. Slot on each side. Now they settle up, stand up, look to the sidelines, read the sign. One of the backs, Aaron Jackson, shifts. Now he shifts back. Brevard is ready. At least I think he is. Yep, he gets the snap. Hands the ball straight ahead. And it's a first down. Aaron Jackson takes it to about the 40-yard line.
I don't know. It's they can't be taking that long to decide on what the play is. But it's interesting. It's different. I mean, everything filters down from the pros to the colleges to the high schools.
Ball's at the 40, 1st and 10, second first down in this possession for Atlantic City. They're set to go. Sometimes they snap it when they're set to go. This time they look to the sideline again. Straight ahead, Jackson, and he's going to get about 5 yards.
I think the one thing this can do is Ocean City is kind of relaxing when they relax on offense. So the defense is kind of relaxing and looking over at the signs too, instead of just staying in their stance and waiting for the snap.
Gain of about 5, 2nd and 5. And again, it's straight ahead. This time Ocean City says no. 3 or 4 defenders stop Jackson in his tracks, and it'll be 3rd down and about 6.
Well, the first one was Zach Williams, who plays that middle linebacker or inside linebacker position. He almost came in unblocked and really just made a nice stop there.
3rd and 6. Brevard puts the back in motion. There'll be 3 people out to the left, and he rolls that way. Quick pass to the sideline is incomplete. Catchable,
yep.
But Nazim Derry couldn't get hold of it. He's a freshman wide receiver, so it'll be 4th and 6.
Thought that was darn close to being a procedure penalty. The left end looked like he left maybe half a step prior to the snap, but it was right in front of the official, so
assume it was.
Assume he's correct.
4th and 6 at about the Ocean City 37-yard line. Brevard puts the back in motion again. 3 people out to the left. This time he drops straight back, scrambles down the right side, throws just as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and it's complete down the right sideline. You're real close to the line of scrimmage. He goes all the way down. Where is he going to be? Inside the 5-yard line. And the officials are waving the chains ahead, so there's no discussion about whether or not he was close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I mean, I was looking at the first down marker instead of the line of scrimmage marker, and he did a nice job. He looked like he was going to run. The defense came up, and he threw a nice little pass, and then 3 missed tackles gained another 20 yards.
Ball's on the 2. First and goal for Atlantic City. Brevard hands it off, driving off the left side. And driving is the right word, but he didn't get in there. Ocean City defense tough. They gave him about a yard.
Yeah, they've played, again, good defense against the run, especially in the middle. That's probably been the highlight of their season.
Brevard puts the slot back in motion left to right. Quick pass in the right flat, and backing in for the touchdown. Atlantic City scores first on a short 1-yard pass.
Interesting. There shows a little bit of respect there for Ocean City's defense in the middle. I think that Tom might have been Doug DeBarry. He was in motion. They ran that play one time prior, and he was not the guy that came back for the pass. That time I think he was.
They're going for 2, as they do most of the time. They haven't kicked an extra point this year, but they lead the Cape Atlantic League in 2-point conversions with 9. They're looking to the sidelines. Jackson ready to move. Moves over to the right. Brevard takes a snap, rolls right, pump fakes again, fires into the end zone, and it is good. Waiting for the official. The 2-point conversion makes it 8-0.
Boy, it looked like it was well covered too, and just not batted away. But Brevard did a nice job, and that's a pretty typical 2-point conversion attempt. The quarterback rolls out, looks for somebody. If not, takes it himself.
8-0 Atlantic City with 7:43 remaining in the first quarter here at Carey Stadium. Ocean City will receive the kickoff. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices, 700 West Avenue in Ocean City, 7809 Atlantic Avenue in Margate, in Egg Harbor Township at the Providence Professional Park, in the ShopRite Shopping Center in Marmora, and South Main Road in Vineland. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. Jersey Mike's has a great menu of sandwiches in the ShopRite Center in Summers Point. Choose from an assortment of cold subs, including the American Classic, ham and provolone with onions, lettuce, tomato, and their special sauce. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Visit Jersey Mike's in the ShopRite Center on New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-653-3000 for Jersey Mike's. Atlantic City to kick off. They lead at 8-0. Here's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick, but way toward the sidelines and way out of bounds. And Ocean City will take it on the 35-yard line.
That may be why they don't attempt too many extra points. Tom Millville on our Baumgartner Construction scoreboard jumped out into a quick 6-0 lead over Bridgeton on their first series, but the Bulldogs have just come back to tie the score on a 5-yard touchdown pass, waiting on the extra point. 6-6 pending the extra point there, and a game that a lot of people have really have a lot of anticipation for.
A lot of talented athletes on the field, not in Millville-Bridgeton game. Ocean City in a slot right formation. 2 backs in the backfield. They hand it off straight ahead to Dan Henderson, and he's hit at about the 33-yard line for a loss of 2.
Looked like he was going to have some running room there, but Deion Davis, 6 foot, 222-pound senior linebacker, made a good stop. for a loss.
Henderson scored his first varsity touchdown last week up in Millville. He's now number 24 among Cape Atlantic League's leading rushers. But he loses on that play. Slot to the right. Donahue waits the snap, hands it off. Now the ball comes loose. Scramble for it at about the 32-yard line. And Atlantic City has recovered a fumble. Looks like the fumble was recovered. Well, I'm not sure.
I think it was Davis.
Okay.
Deion Davis was my guess there. I don't know what if that's who you were thinking or not.
So
but,
they'll take over on the Ocean City 32-yard line after a fumble. Exchange between the quarterback and running back. There was an equipment problem with Prevard. He finally flipped something, a pad or something away, and he waits a snap here. No, he's not going to snap here. He's going to look to the sideline and get the sign. Ocean City players are looking over there too, trying to figure them out. Receiver goes right. Prevard takes the snap. Now he's going to scramble to the left, and he throws on the run, and it is tipped away by Garrett Jones, intended at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, one of the things that Ocean City's going to have to watch, and that was a nice play by Garrett Jones there, good coverage and timed his jump well. Prevard is going to run around a lot back there, and the Raiders are going to have to make sure that they keep containment and keep coverage on the defensive in the defensive secondary until they're sure he's not going to throw the ball.
Double slot formation. Long count. Now they look to the sideline. And while they're looking to the sideline, Tyleek Jones shifts from the left side, and he'll be trips out to the right now. Prevard on the option, pitches it back to Jackson. Jackson turning the right side, dives, is close to the first down.
Got a nice block out there on the right side from his teammate Nazim Durry. Freshman wide receiver for the Vikings.
Looks like they're going to measure. He's very close to the first down.
I would think that the officials also are going to, keep an eye on is Prevard staying behind the line of scrimmage when he decides whether he's going to throw that little pass or not.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. First down for Atlantic City. It's third of the ball game. Vikings lead it 8-0.
Bridgeton went for 2 points and converted, Tom. They lead Millville 8-6.
Double slot formation. Prevard back to his left. Now they look to the sideline. Snap, handoff Jackson, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. A flag comes flying in.
Yeah, it's usually in the area of a hold. We'll see what it is. But a good defensive stop for the Raiders anyway. It is a hold.
Holding penalty against Atlantic City.
So I would guess they're going to take the play. The play went for no gain, but you got to believe that you can hold them from a 10-yard on first down anyway.
Well, they had a 10-yard penalty earlier in this possession.
They gained 13 or 14.
Yeah, they got it back. So let's see what happens here. Trips to the right. Prevard awaits the snap. Play action. He throws into the right flat. There's a flag on the play. Play goes inside the 30 to about the 27 or 28-yard line. But let's see what the penalty is.
Going to be another hold, huh?
It is. Another holding penalty against Atlantic City. They picked up probably about 4 or 5 yards on that play. So Ocean City's choice would be second and 16 or first and 30. And they're going to take the first and 30. Or it may not be 30 because the spot of the hold, it's only going to be, the ball's going to be on the 40. So they got to get to about the 12. So it's first and 28. Atlantic City ready to go. They don't waste any time, though they do sometimes looking to the side. Here's a snap right away to Brevard. Little screen pass over the middle's incomplete.
Set up pretty well. He just didn't connect, and he actually had Doug DeBerry out here in a left flat, kind of faked a left side screen and then went with the center screen. But Raiders defensively were there anyway, but just didn't connect on the pass.
Second and about 28. Vikings look to the sidelines. Brevard back to his left. The back now goes into motion, left side. Brevard rolls that way. He pumps, avoids one tackler and avoids another. Two nice moves, and he's grabbed finally around the leg and pulled to the ground by Welsh. And he gets to about the 37-yard line, the Ocean City 37. It'll be third down and about 23 yards to go.
They really have to keep a guy on him. I think that was Joe Kolwiak also in on a stop.
Brevard looks to the sideline. They hold up the sign. Signals from another coach. Back to his right. He's going to roll right. Looking back left. Now he's going to scramble left. Cuts between two defenders. Goes to the left sideline. And he's stopped just inside the 30-yard line. But it's probably a fourth down play they'll go after here. Fourth and about 15 or 16 yards to go.
Boy, just for him to gain any yardage at all, he just kind of sliced between two or three defenders real quickly and really impressive. Coming off the sideline, Jared Jones walking a little bit gingerly there.
Fourth and about 16. Brevard has trips to the right, receiver wide to the left, back to his right. He takes the snap, looking left. Now he's going to scramble out of the pocket. He races toward the right sideline. Pump fakes. He's definitely past the line of scrimmage. And he is pulled out of bounds, and Ocean City will take over. But a lot of things happened there. He picked up about 7 yards on the play.
Well, the one thing that the Raiders did well there is what we just talked about. They stayed in the coverage in the defensive secondary when he starts running around back there, and then pump fakes. Even when he was beyond the line of scrimmage, he was still pump faking, and they were staying on the coverage, which was a good job defensively.
Looks to me like the ball's at about the 17-yard line. Ocean City in its own territory. Raiders have only run 2 plays, fumbled in the second one. Donahue takes the snap, hands it off the right side, and driving all the way out to about the 25-yard line. So they're going to put it at the 25. So they started at just inside the 20. That was a gain of about 5.
Right straight ahead. Seems like, it has been all Atlantic City so far here in the first quarter. We're just under the 4-minute mark. Raiders have only run 3 offensive plays now.
Henderson, the deep back, gets the ball straight ahead, drives out to about the 27-yard line, gain of a couple.
It's, you kind of want to say give the defense a rest and, get a couple first downs here, but the guys playing offense and defense are pretty much the same guys for the most part.
Third and about 3. Donahue comes in from the sideline with the play.
I can't think of another team, a high school team I've seen that goes no huddle like this.
Like Atlantic City?
Like Atlantic City, yes.
I saw somebody a couple of years ago, I think it was Kingsway, that did that with cartoon characters on the signs. Donahue waits the snap. Play action. He rolls to the right. Looks. Short pass is complete. Koviak, and he's got the first down out to the 36-yard line.
Nice little play there. Well designed and well executed. I don't know. Instead of cartoon characters, you could always put your favorite teacher up there on that sign. Of course, could be the same.
First and 10, Ocean City at its own 36-yard line. Tom Williams along with Bud Rink at Carey Stadium. Butch Gleason is not with us tonight. He's out with a committee looking for Kentucky's defense. They shift Baumgartner from the right wing to the left. Here's a handoff off the left side to Henderson, and he falls out to about the 40-yard line for a gain of about 3.
Most of the time when they put Baumgartner in motion, they're running to the side. He's going to because he's probably the best blocker, or I won't say the best blocker, but the best blocker they have to go in motion, you would think.
Certainly
with
one
his
of them.
size.
Second and about 7 at the 40 for Ocean City. Receiver to the right, slot to the left. They shift Baumgartner right to left. And again, they run behind him. Henderson has some room. Henderson at the 50, and there's a flag. He's got the first down at the 49 of Atlantic City, but there's a flag on the play.
Doesn't bode well. Again, it's thrown where a hole would normally be called. They seem to want to make that holding call tonight. See what this one is.
8-0 Atlantic City. We're in the late part of the first quarter, and it's a holding penalty against Ocean City.
Well, you know they're going to take this penalty because that was a
First
quite
down.
a bit of yardage and a first down. So,
in the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard, Ocean City girls soccer defeated Egg Harbor Township 5-0 to clinch the Cape Atlantic League American Conference Championship, and also the field hockey team defeated Bishop Eustis today 4-1 to remain undefeated. They're 18-0. But they actually gave up a goal. Bishop Eustis ranked number 9 in South Jersey. They play Eastern next Tuesday, does Ocean City. They're ranked number 1 in the country. Donahue takes the snap, back to throw. A little bit of pressure, short pass for Baumgartner is tipped by one of the rushing linemen and incomplete.
Boy, Baumgartner was only like 3-4 yards ahead of him and was still behind the line of scrimmage. He just couldn't get the ball over the defender's outstretched hands to him. Probably get it up in the air a little bit.
Third and about 16 for Ocean City. The ball is just across the 30-yard line. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. Single back behind Donahue. He rolls to the right, pump fakes, cuts away from the rush, but he's hit at about the 30, goes ahead to the 31. Noah Lyles-Harris made the hit, the junior defensive lineman, and it's a fourth down situation for Ocean City.
So the best play they had was negated by the hold. Of course, maybe that's why it was a good play. The hold maybe had a lot to do with it. You don't know, but Raiders hanging tough here.
Donahue to punt. Brevard back at his own 40. Single safety. Good snap. Not much of a rush. Floats it downfield. Brevard makes the catch at his 44-yard line. He cuts back up the middle, is pulled to the ground at about the 49-yard line.
It's going to be a block in the back against the return team here, Tom.
Good tackle by Jared Jones.
Flag sitting at the 44-yard line, right where the Brevard pretty much started his run back.
Holding against Atlantic City will move the Vikings. That's 40 yards in penalties here in the first quarter against Atlantic City, and Ocean City has another 10. So the ball's going to end up back at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, you could see, I think it was Owen Deeroff who was down in the coverage, and they just, blocked him right from behind. It was pretty obvious right down here in front of us, so it was, for a change, pretty easy to see.
39 seconds left in the first quarter. Atlantic City leads at 8-0. They've got trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Brevard with a back to his right, awaits the snap. Quick pass is caught in the right flat, racing down the right side. Got the first down across the 50 and down to about the 47 or 48-yard line of Ocean City is Tyleek Jones.
Boy, you said racing, and that was a tremendous description. He caught that ball almost in full stride. I mean, he led him perfectly. Brevard led him perfectly and caught the ball in full stride and had a head of steam going immediately.
Trips to the left, receiver to the right. Brevard on the option, pitches back to Jackson. Jackson looks for a block and finally decides to try to drive through a couple defenders, and he's brought down at about the 41-yard line.
Deeroff and Harry Feifel make the stop.
Second and about 3, maybe almost 4 for Atlantic City, and they're lined up and ready to go. But I think the quarter is coming to an end, and it does. The first quarter ends here at Carey Stadium. Atlantic City with the ball in Ocean City territory and leading by a score of 8-0. High school football players looking for a chance to play at the next level should set aside Wednesday, December 3rd. That's the night of the 40th annual college night at Absegami High School. It starts at 7 p.m. More than 40 college representatives will be there. The event is sponsored by Absegami and the South Jersey chapter of the National Football Foundation. That's December 3rd at Absegami High School for college night. There's always something special at Diorio's in Summers Point. There are half-price dinners on Monday, 60-cent tenders and trivia night on Tuesday, 45-cent wings on Wednesday, and 40-cent clams on Thursday. Nightly specials on the weekends. Their wings and tenders voted best at the shore. The kitchen's open daily at 11 a.m., and you can phone 609-927-6111 for takeout. Diorio's, MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Brian Brummel and his professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda, Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Atlantic City, second and about 3. The snap, and Pravard keeps it and gets back to about the line of scrimmage. So it'll be third and about 3. In that field hockey game, Alexis Payon scored on a pass from Lauren McNally. Riley Allen, Jordan Allegretto scored twice. McNally assisted on one of those, and Kelly Hanna had a goal. Pump fake by Pravard. He avoids a man in the backfield, but he's chased to the sidelines and pulled out of bounds by Deeroff.
And he's looking for a tackle out of bounds.
He could have an argument.
Yeah, he could.
Deeroff had a hold of him right about at the sideline, and kind of spun him down out of bounds, but it was very, very close. But a loss on the play of about 5 yards, and it'll be a punting situation for Atlantic City.
You know, Tom, this is saying something, but this could be the best field hockey team they've ever had.
Could be. They got some games to win yet, but there's no doubt about that. High snap, fielded, kicked, and it's going to hit at the 10. It rolls inside the 5, and it's a touchback. So Ocean City will get the ball on its own 20-yard line, trailing 8-0 with 11 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first half.
We do have some updates on the scoreboard, Tom. St. Augustine on our Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. St. Augustine has now taken a 34-7 lead over EHT. Hamilton scores first. They lead Delsey 7-0. Buna also scores first. They lead Pleasantville 6-0. And as we mentioned earlier, Bridgeton with a 2-point conversion leads Millville 8-6.
You can hear that Delsey-Hamilton game on our sister station, 97.3 ESPN. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer up there in Hamilton. Handoff, Ocean City off the right side for about 5 yards to the 25-yard line. Dan Henderson on the carry.
Tom, trying to remember from last week, was it Kyle Loatman? Kyreem Loatman. What position did he play? Do you remember?
Like a wide receiver, but he also carried the ball
a couple times.
Yeah, from the slot they brought him in, as I recall, a couple times.
He's out.
Oh.
Maybe a shoulder or collarbone injury.
Now, Atlantic City player comes across the line of scrimmage, makes contact. If he wasn't drawn, Ocean City might have a first down. Let's see. No, it's Atlantic City penalty. So let's see if 5 yards gives him a first down, because he gained about 5 on first down, and it looks like it does. Yep, first down Ocean City. So 45 yards in penalties here for Atlantic City so far.
Yeah, they congratulate each other and they all start pointing to the offense, but nobody on the offense moved.
First and 10, handoff is to Henderson. Henderson right side and stopped at about the 31 for a gain of about a yard.
Looked like he ran into his own man there, who was trying to block for him, impeded the progress a bit.
He ran into something because he stopped in a hurry.
Yep, and it was wearing a red jersey.
We should also bring you up to date. Curtis Jones, the 6'2", 302-pound senior defensive tackle from Millville, who was hurt in last week's game and helped off the field. Took quite a while to help him off the field. Turns out he has a broken leg, so he'll be finished for the year, and he's one of the key linemen for Millville. Second and about 9. Pitch coming left, and Jared Jones is swarmed under back at the 25-yard line. Going to the outside might be tough.
Somebody down
against this Atlantic City team. Jared Jones won the carry, and he stopped. We're going to spot it on the 26-yard line for a loss of about 3 or 4, and it looks like Juan Sanchez is getting up slowly. He's actually not getting up. He's still on the ground.
That play had no chance right from the start. 11 guys wearing white and blue jerseys were headed for that sweep, and with all their speed, they weren't. That play didn't have a chance to get anywhere.
3rd and 14 it will be for Ocean City, back around their own 26-yard line. Sanchez was injured and missed a game, or at least was a question mark for a game, and he's starting to move into a seated position now. They flexed his leg a little bit. So,
seems funny to see a trainer out there other than Drew Breckenridge. Of course, Beth Kelly has that position now for the Raiders. Drew's off into the sunset with his retirement.
Kathy Kickish, too, is he jumps up to his feet. He's going to walk off on his own. He's limping. He's favoring that right leg, but they wouldn't let him do that if they thought he had a serious jointer problem. So maybe it was some sort of cramp.
Doc Horowitz also down on the sideline.
All right, so it's third and about 15 yards to go. Slot to the right, left, a receiver out to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with Donahue. Takes the snap, fires right, across a slant across the middle, and they get the first down out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Christian Baumgartner at full speed makes the catch for the first down.
I don't remember him lining up out there as a wide receiver very often. He was the sole wide receiver, ran a post pattern right in front of the defender. They had one-on-one coverage over there and a perfect pass right in his chest. And, he bowled ahead for the first down yardage. Nice play.
1st and 10 at the 43. Slot to the left, receiver to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with Donahue. He takes the snap, hands off to Jones. And Jones drives across the 45 to the 46 or 47.
Of course, when they do split Baumgartner out wide, it does take away a blocker on a running play, but you can't have both, and you can't let the defense know that when he's wide you're throwing the ball and when he's not you're running.
Yep. Jones the deep back while Koviak to the left of Donahue. He's got a slot to the left. McGuigan, the wide receiver out there. Again, tries to pass into the right flat to Baumgartner, and it's deflected by an oncoming lineman, so it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's the second time they've tried to make a short pass like that, and it's just too low. I mean, Baumgartner's a big guy. You can throw the ball up a little bit higher over the outstretched hands of the defenders, and he can go up and get it. But obviously they're going to try to get him the ball, especially after that last play. As successful as it was, you would think that they'll look to do that more often.
3rd and 6. Slot to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Donahue takes the snap, drops back, firing long down the middle, and it's about 4 yards too long. Baumgartner had a half a step on the defender, but the pass was too long and incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Donahue got uncorked a pretty good throw about 35, 40 yards downfield. But as you mentioned, Tom, just 4 or 5 yards over the outstretched hands, and that's a tough pass. It's not like you're floating one down long.
Donahue to punt. Brevard back in single safety. He's inside his own 30, and whistles blow. Atlantic City wants a timeout. So the first timeout of the game called by the Vikings. They lead it here 8-0, scored on their first drive with 8:12 left in the first half. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Specializing in home, business, auto, flood, and boat insurance, the McMahon Insurance Agency turns protection into peace of mind. If it matters to you, it matters to them. Call them at 609-399-0060 or online at McMahonAgency.com. Your neighbors at the McMahon Agency send best wishes for a successful season to all Cape Atlantic League athletes. The McMahon Insurance Agency of Ocean City, Marmora, and Mays Landing, the coverage you need, the service you deserve. Punting situation. Donahue waits to snap at his own 35-yard line. Not much of a rush. Gets a high floating kickoff, and Brevard's going to leave it alone. It touches an Atlantic City player, and there's a scramble for the ball.
Well, the Ocean City player tried to pick it up and run with it.
There's still a scramble going on there. The officials have made no signal. And it's Atlantic City's ball.
Boy, I think when the ball first hit the Atlantic City player, it looked like an Ocean City player tried to pick the ball up and run with it instead of falling on it. And then another Ocean City player, he wasn't able to pick it up. And looked like another Ocean City player jumped to the ground, but an Atlantic City player got under there first.
8 minutes left here in the first half. Atlantic City has it on about its own 23-yard line. Brevard, as a receiver, pretty much a double slot formation. He's got it back to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off inside, and Jackson goes out to about the 29-yard line.
They need a big defensive effort here, Tom. They've had a good defensive effort so far. Really need to keep it up here and keep this game to one touchdown at this point.
Gain of about 5, 2nd and 5. Brevard takes the snap. Jackson again hits the left side. Penetrates gets out to about the 31. So it'll be 3rd and 4, maybe 3.
A little bit of a chess game going on here. I think the coaches may be looking at the way Ocean City's lining up, who's on the strong side, who's on the weak side, and then making the call.
Double slot, Brevard. Now they check the sign at the sidelines. Takes the snap. Quick swing pass is incomplete. Trying to throw a little swing pass out to the right side to Tyleek Jones, who made a nice run with one earlier, but it was incomplete. Ocean City had a defender there anyway. And it's a punting situation. Javier Laura comes in to punt. Owen Deeroff back in single safety. Deeroff at his own 40. Vikings taking their time. Here's the snap. It's eye high. There's a flag on the play. Gets the kick away. Kicker goes down, but there's no flag there. And the ball's down at about the Ocean City 35-yard line. But there's a flag on the snap. There was a flag, and we'll see what it is.
It definitely wasn't the roughing the kicker, as you mentioned, Tom. The Raider player dove for the ball in front, landed on the ground, and then the kicker tripped over him. That's what that contact was.
It's an illegal procedure penalty against Atlantic City. So Ocean City can take the ball at the 35-yard line or make them kick it again. Looks like they're going to take it at the 35-yard line.
Well, I'd make them kick it again. I think he kicked the ball about 40 yards, 45 yards. That was a heck of a kick.
He was doing that pretty regularly in practice.
Yeah, but you know what? If he was kicking them 45 yards in practice and he kicked that one 45, there's a chance he might not kick it that far next time. Of course, there's a chance he might, but he might kick it further, but maybe you get a return out of it as well.
Ocean City on its own 35-yard line. Trails 8-0. Slot to the left. Angst is split wide to the left. This is the first game he's played this year after injury. They hand it off inside and pick up about 2 yards to the 37-yard line. Dan Henderson.
Got to get something doing here on offense. They just really have struggled on offense for most of the year. Not a big secret. If you've seen their games, they don't score a lot of points. But they're in this one. The defense has kept them in it to this point. And you know, a lot of weeks the defense keeps them in it for most of the game.
2nd and 8. Just short of the 38-yard line. Now they're moving some people around. McWagan's going to go out to the right. Angst will split wide to the left. Deeroff in the slot. Donahue back to throw. Pass to Angst. Makes the catch at the 45, and he's hit, but he's got the first down. So his first offensive stat of the year is a reception for a first down.
Yeah, 155-pound junior, and fought hard to make sure he kept the first down. Of course, he had – with the catch, he had first down yardage, so they would have given him forward progress. The Vikings trying to drive him back beyond, but pretty, I would say, I don't know if laid back is the term I'm looking for, but the defender gave him a lot of room there to catch the ball for a first down, which was a little bit of a surprise.
Donahue 3 for 6 for 33 yards unofficially. Lined up is Henderson behind Donahue. Play action. They pitch it back. They tried to set up Harry Feifel for a pass, and he was mobbed and sacked back around the 35 or 36-yard line. They brought him in motion, pitched it back to him. He throws the ball pretty well, but he never got a chance there. He was taken down right away. So it's going to be a second and about 19.
Man, right away is an understatement. I don't think he got a chance to get his fingers on the laces of, let alone look downfield to see if he could throw it to somebody. About 5 guys on top of him.
Slot to the left, receiver to the right. And they're going to move Baumgartner to the right side. Donahue takes the snap. Rushed and knocked down.
Yeah, that's going to be a personal foul.
Malik Pennell came charging through a defensive end, and he just forearmed him down.
Yep.
And I guess they're going to call a penalty here. There's a flag, and I guess that's the flag. Personal foul against head to the helmet against Atlantic City. So they'll make up some of those yards that Ocean City had lost. They're going to get it up to the 44-yard line.
That is a costly penalty. I mean, he was going to make the tackle and just put that forearm out and just drove it right into Donahue. That referee couldn't get his hand and get that flag out of his pocket fast enough.
Second and about 13, it looks like. Going to have McWagan split to the right, Angst to the left with Deeroff in the slot. Baumgartner on the right wing. Back to throw, Donahue. Fires it down the middle. Deeroff had the ball in his hands, is knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you,
good
that
defense at the 30-yard line.
Pretty close to, I don't know if face guarding would be the term. Pretty close. I don't think the defender actually ever turned around. He had his back to the play the whole time and really didn't make an attempt on the ball. I think you could make an argument for an interference call there.
Aaron Jackson on the coverage. 3rd and 13 at the 44. Ocean City on its own 44, trailing 8-0. Angst splits to the right. McWagan to the left. McWagan to the right. Donahue takes a snap. Gives it to Deeroff, the slot back. He swings left, down the left sideline. He's going to be short of the first down. He crosses the 50 to about the 47 of Atlantic City.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to punt here. I mean, they're about 4th and 5 inside the 50-yard line, but still a lot of time here for the 4 minutes, 4:12 left here in the second quarter.
Gain of about 8 on the play. It's a 4th and 5. Brevard comes on. He'll be in single safety back around his own 25, and Donahue at his 40 awaits the snap to punt. And flags. Now, if this is against Atlantic City, it'll be real close to a first down. Flags
They
came
got 12 guys on the field?
From the Atlantic City secondary. Atlantic City has too many players on the field.
Yeah, they got 12. I counted them pretty quickly.
Now, let's see if it's the 5 yards. It looks like it's going to take them past the first down marker.
Well, they may go for it.
And it is.
Yeah,
it is. They're moving them. So Ocean City, Atlantic City hurts itself again with a penalty. They've had 65 yards in penalties here in the first half, and there's still 4 minutes and 12 seconds left.
I think they held up the wrong sign, and 4 extra guys ran on the field.
Now the officials, there seems to be some confusion here. They haven't moved the chains, but they haven't stepped the penalty off yet. Here, now they do. Ocean City players weren't sure either. They had half of the offense and half of the punting team on there, but now they're bringing the offensive team back on. It's a first down for Ocean City at the Atlantic City 42-yard line.
Got some scores, Tom. Updates on our Baumgartner Construction scoreboard. St. Augustine still 34-7. Hamilton has taken a 14-0 lead over Delsey, and Bridgeton a 16-6 lead over Millville.
Slot to the left, receiver to the right. Donahue with 2 backs. Back to throw. Slant. Baumgartner makes the catch, and they spin him down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, the ball came out there, and Marquise Jones jumped on it, but they're going to rule the ground caused that fumble.
Gain of about 8. No, they're going to rule it incomplete.
Okay. Well, I thought he actually moved forward after that catch. Guess maybe he never really had control of it.
So it's 2nd and 10, the ball at the 43-yard line. Slot to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Henderson, the deep back, he gets the handoff straight ahead. He's inside the 40, down to the 35, the 34-yard line almost. Now I'm going to go a spotter on the 35 for a big gain. Gain of about 8.
Really nice, strong run by the junior. Right on the left side. Straight ahead.
3rd and a couple at the 35 of Atlantic City. Ocean City with the ball. They trail 8-0. We're in the final 3.5 minutes of the first half here at Carey Stadium on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Slot to the left. Henderson gets the ball, drives down to the 30, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, pretty much the same play. And, Atlantic City plays their defense up pretty tightly, Tom, and the linebackers and the defensive linemen are all real close, and even the halfbacks or the defensive backs, with the exception of the free safety, are very close to the line of scrimmage, maybe only giving up 3-4 yards to the receiver that they're covering.
1st and 10. The ball's on the 29 of Atlantic City. The Vikings lead 8-0 here, and Ocean City on the move a little bit here. Donahue pitches. Going down the left sideline is Henderson, and he's driven out of bounds.
Boy, they got a lot of nice blocking that time.
Marquise Jones knocked him out of bounds, but he picks up 8 yards on the carry.
Sealed everything down on the line, and it's sometimes tough to run short side of the field like that, to run a play wide. There's just not that much room. They were able to turn the corner.
2nd and 2. Ocean City on the move here. Donahue with a back behind him and one to his left. He gives it to Henderson again, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you can only do the same play so many times.
That was Malik Pennell who made the hit for a loss of at least a yard.
Yeah, he made the stop on the last play as well. So he has been active. I mean, they run that play 3 of the last 4 times now. And he wasn't having anything to do with it that time.
3rd and about 3, but Ocean City inside the 25-yard line, so they probably have 2 downs here.
And all their timeouts, I believe.
Right. Baumgartner splits to the right, slot to the left. Donahue takes a snap, quick pass to Baumgartner in the flat. He drives through one defender, hit by another. He's not going to get to the first down. He stopped at about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that it took a little bit longer for that play to develop than they were hoping for, and the defense was able to recover. I mean, that's a short pass, but it's a long pass. I mean, it's a long throw for the quarterback, to be a yard or two beyond the line of scrimmage, and then the tackle made almost immediately. It looks like Ocean City's going to take a timeout here.
Actually, I think Atlantic City called the timeout.
Okay.
A couple of yards to go here, 4th and a couple of yards to go, maybe 3 for Ocean City. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda, 6807 Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above, and Brian Brumell's sales staff is professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Honda has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Honda. Call toll-free, 877-472-6499. Ocean City faced here with 4th and about 3 or 4 yards to go. They trail 8-0. Ball's on the Atlantic City 22, maybe 23-yard line. It's the part of the field where the lines are kind of obscured, worn out in the middle of the field here a little bit. And they've finished their discussion, the coaches have. Henderson, the deep back. It's a double slot formation. Donahue takes the snap, sets, slant pass is almost intercepted. It was short and falls incomplete, and Atlantic City will take over on about its own 23-yard line.
Yeah, intended for Deeroff, just didn't get to him, and probably would have been better off if it had been intercepted because the ball was down near the ground. They would have, picked up 10 yards on the exchange. Atlantic City now still has plenty of time, 2:13 remaining here.
They have 1 timeout. They're on their own 23-yard line, are the Vikings. Slot to the right, receiver to the left, trips to the right, Back to throw, Prevard, and he throws incomplete. Trying to get the ball out quickly to Tyleek Jones, but he threw it low and away from him, so it'll be a 2nd down. Did stop the clock, though.
Pleasantville hanging tough, Tom, with Buna. Just scored a touchdown, 2-point conversion. They trail 12-8 to the Chiefs.
Double slot formation. Motion from the slot back right to left. Prevard pump fakes. He's going to throw down the middle, and the pass is caught. No, incomplete. Intercepted. Garrett Jones dove for the ball, and I think he picked it off. Boy, that was a play that happened quickly. The receiver showed all the signs of having the ball, and Garrett Jones was diving under the ground. We thought he was making a tackle, but he picks off the pass, and Ocean City has the ball on the 38-yard line of Atlantic City.
I'd like to see the replay of that. I know Bill Shawcross is up on the roof probably watching it in his camera, but, wow, I thought he was making the tackle.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Never saw him intercept the pass.
So 1st and 10, Ocean City on the Atlantic City 38 with 2:03 left in the half, and the Raiders have 3 timeouts left. Slot to the right, Ank splits wide to the left. Henderson, play action, back to throw. Throws down the middle, and the receiver falls. That was Baumgartner, and a flag comes in.
Yeah, he was tripped up running stride for stride with, I believe it was Marquise Jones, and Jones just tripped him up. I mean, it was inadvertent, but he did trip him up and kept Baumgartner from getting downfield in an attempt to make the catch. The Raiders are going to benefit from that. It's got to put points on the board here. Had some opportunities.
So Atlantic City and now 80 yards in penalties against the Vikings, and that's going to be a 1st down for Ocean City inside the 25. just about at the 25, actually, it looks like. Clock's 1:57. Ocean City trails 8-0. The Raiders have 3 timeouts left here in the second quarter. Slot to the right. Donahue takes a snap. It's Deeroff to the wide side. Deeroff at the 20. He tries to swing out to the outside, but Prevard wrestles him to the ground. I think another flag has come in.
Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back by Ocean City on the return. And it really didn't matter because the guy that was being blocked wasn't going to be able to make the play anyway. And you'll see that block in the back signal here. And, yep, there it is.
So Ocean City will be penalized. That's their second for 20 yards in this game.
Yeah, that really hurts because, again, he wasn't in. The defender was not going to be able to make the stop there. And I'll tell you what, that was a well-developing play because Deeroff had the ball around the left side. I think they had everybody pretty well fooled. There weren't any Vikings anywhere around. I mean, he wasn't going to score a touchdown, but he was going to get down to about the 10-yard line. Now they're back outside the 30. Clock running. Let's get a move on.
First and about 14 or 15 yards to go. He gets credit for 4 yards on that run. Donahue swings a pass, a low pass, caught by Baumgartner, but all of his momentum was gone because he had to stop and reach down for the pass. So it's or maybe he didn't catch it.
Yeah, I think it's
incomplete.
Yep.
He didn't get it.
Just has a tendency to throw that pass out there too low. Maybe to trying to prevent anybody from stepping in front of it and taking it for a pick six. But got to get that ball up a little bit, give your receiver a chance to catch it.
Clock stopped, 1:19 left in the first half. Second down. I think we shortchanged. It's about 17 yards to go, actually. Henderson lined up behind Donahue. Play action. Donahue rolling to his right. Short pass completed to Baumgartner. And Baumgartner is stopped just inside the original line of scrimmage, so he picks up about 8 yards on the play, and Ocean City will undoubtedly use one of its timeouts here.
Yeah, it didn't have a defender on him when he makes the catch. I mean, I think you have to account, if you're a defensive coach, you have to account for where Christian Baumgartner is on every play because at least right now he feels like he's the primary target.
Third and about 9, Ocean City in Atlantic City's territory. Vikings lead 8-0. At Local Gym and Fitness, their staff brings more than 30 years of training experience to the job. They're looking forward to assisting all their members in achieving their fitness goals. Local Gym and Fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. Local Gym and Fitness is also setting new standards from personal training to group fitness. Fritz, Russell, Patrick, and Coach Implazio are proud supporters of Ocean City High School athletes and wish all the Raiders the best this year. Stop in and see them at Local Gym and Fitness, 908 Asbury Avenue in the center of Ocean City. And speaking of all Raider teams, the girls soccer team was a 5-0 winner today to clinch the American Conference Championship, the fourth Ocean City fall team to win the American Conference. And the undefeated field hockey team defeated 8th-ranked Bishop Eustis, and maybe they were 9th-ranked, 4-1. So those are results from other sports, the Baumgartner Construction scoreboard.
Prevard's going to cover Baumgartner now.
Third and about 9. Receiver to the right, slot to the left. Donahue back to throw, pump fakes. There's a flag on the play, throws deep into the end zone, and it may have been intercepted at the sideline. It's a touchback. Atlantic City has the ball pending the flag.
Well, this one I didn't see, so I'm not going to conjecture.
Officials discussing it. They're giving the call to the referee, who then will pass it along to all of us eventually. Atlantic City intercepts in the end zone. Ocean City has an illegal procedure penalty. That will be declined. And Atlantic City dodges the bullet. Their defense has come up with the big play when it's had to, and the Vikings have the ball on their own 20-yard line with 56 seconds left.
Got to be careful. They're not the type team that's going to take a knee here with 56 seconds and 80 yards to go.
Brevard looks to the sideline. He's got a double slot formation and a back to his right. Takes a snap, drops back, looking. Now he starts to run out of the pocket, finds a little room, completes a pass up, dropped by DeBerry. DeBerry was wide open at the 37, had a couple defenders closing on him, but he would have gotten the first down, but he dropped the ball.
Yeah, I think he was thinking, let me see, which way do I want to turn to run with this? Forgot to concentrate on catching the football.
Unofficially, Brevard is 3 for 10 for 35 yards.
Millville just gets a field goal, Tom. They trail Bridgeton 16-9.
Brevard back to throw. Gets some rush. Rolling to his right. Looking, pointing. Fires downfield, and it is incomplete. Double coverage out there on Aaron Jackson. He reached out and got a hand on it, but couldn't pull it in. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 with 40 seconds left in the first half.
That's a pretty good pass. Low, only his guy, receiver, could have caught the ball, just unable to hang on. It would have been a great catch, just unable to hang on.
Back to the right of Brevard, double slot. He's back to throw. Fires over the middle, too low for DeBerry, incomplete, and they'll have to punt the ball with 34 seconds left.
See, now there's a case where you might have just taken a knee, because now you're turning the ball back over. I mean,
Ocean City has 2 timeouts, though.
Right.
So if they took a knee, they
Still,
just call timeout.
Make them use one of their timeouts.
Okay. Deerhoff stands at the 50.
You're right, though.
Deerhoff back now at the 40. They want to make sure he can come up and maybe make a catch here. High snap, a little bit of a rush. High kick. And it hits at the Ocean City 47 and then spins down to about the 41-yard line. Looked a lot like one of Skip Angelo's approach shots.
Just jump backwards, back toward the hole. That was about a 47-yard punt from where he hit the punt. So he does have a pretty good foot.
21 seconds left. 40 Ocean City on its own 41. The Raiders will get the ball to start the second half. We'll see what they do with these 2 timeouts in this situation.
I think they just run the football here. And they're not, well, you never know, but they haven't done that in the past, shown a propensity to air one out and take any chances.
Slot to the left, receiver to the right. Donahue comes up under center and takes a knee. So Ocean City will end the first half trailing 8-0. Atlantic City scored on the first possession, and Ocean City has stopped them. And Atlantic City's defense has come up big and stopped Ocean City in a couple of situations. So we go into the halftime with Atlantic City leading by a score of 8-0, and Ocean City looking to get the ball to start the second half. Interstate Batteries in Egg Harbor Township is now the 10th largest in the country, bringing their excellent service to 7 counties in South Jersey. They not only have a battery for your car, but your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, power chair, or golf cart. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is at 6064 Riga Avenue in Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Phone them at 609-646-5008. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Tested and trusted. They're outrageously dependable. There's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Prairie Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. They also have conversion vans, trucks, minivans, and 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels. Serving South Jersey for more than 25 years in Absecon, Wildwood, Mays Landing, Ocean City, Berlin, Lakewood, and Brooklyn, New York. They're open from 8:30 a.m. until 7 p.m. daily. Just 4 Wheels. And we certainly send our best wishes to the Simon family Bob Simon, who started Just Four Wheels, was killed this week in an unfortunate accident crossing the street in Northfield. And we send our best to his son, Brad, and all the other members of the Simon family and all the people at Just Four Wheels. Here it's 8-0. Atlantic City leading Ocean City at the half. Ocean City band is forming on the field. Atlantic City players just getting off the field now. And Ocean City will receive the opening kickoff to start the second half. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Boardwalk Honda wants your car, and they're paying top dollar. Visit boardwalkhonda.com.
We do have one final so far tonight, Tom. St. Augustine has beaten Egg Harbor Township 54-7. Not much of a contest there at all. Hamilton with that 14-0 lead over Delsey. And I think, Hamilton's had such a good year. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why, or not wondering why, but wishing that Hamilton and St. Joe were going to play this year. And obviously they're not. Millville did get that field goal. They still trail Bridgeton 16-9. That's probably a halftime score as well. Buna has scored again after Pleasantville drew within 12-8. The Chiefs now lead the Greyhounds 19-8. Bridgeton, I already told you that, the 16-9 lead over Millville. Out of our area, Woodstown leads Shalleck 7-0 at the half. I think that's about. Shawnee in a big South Jersey game leads Cherokee 7-0. That's also a halftime score. So looked like Millville was driving for a touchdown, had to settle for that field goal, 31-yarder, with 4 seconds left in the half.
That was probably kicked by Zach Douglas, who kicks their extra point. And according to Kevin Smith, he's one fine football player. He's a linebacker. He's a sophomore. He caught a touchdown against Ocean City last Friday and kicked 7 extra points. Here he's kicked a field goal tonight, but he said he was such a good linebacker, they don't think they ever blocked him. They were never able to block him in the entire game. He didn't make every tackle or anything, but he was always in pursuit of the ball. And the Ocean City coaching staff looks for Zach Douglas to be tough for Millville for a couple of years.
I was mentioning before that a lot of people were wishing that Hamilton and St. Joe were playing this year, especially this year because the rivalry is no more right now, and yet Hamilton's 6-0 and St. Joe is probably the best team in South Jersey. Might be a pretty good football game to have. And, of course, tonight, Bridgeton and Millville renewing a rivalry that had been on the shelf for quite a while as well. So, a lot of people, especially in those communities, really hate to give up the tradition of some of those rivalry games.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It might be there's been a lot of years when St. Joe and Hamilton have had outstanding records going into Thanksgiving, but this is a little different because they're playing completely different schedules. They're in different conferences, so it's a little more people a little more curious about it. Speaking of renewing rivalries, in 2 weeks from tomorrow, Ocean City will play St. Joseph Hamilton for the first time in 32 years. 1982, Ocean City was the last time Ocean City played St. Joe's.
That's a game that there aren't probably a lot of people in Ocean City looking forward to. They won't be making the trip to see that game. And, St. Joe's, the class of South Jersey, and the Raiders have struggled some. And,
they should make the trip to see that game because they're the best team in South Jersey, 4th best in the state, and a lot of talent on that team. And, a coaching staff that has done some impressive things. In fact, probably the week after next, Paul Sacco is going to tie for the most career wins in South Jersey history because the guy that's ahead of him is still coaching too. Joe Frappoli of Florence has 284 wins coming into tonight. Paul Sacco has 283. They'll probably both win this weekend. At least they'll be favored to. But next weekend, I think Florence will be the underdog, and St. Joe's will be favored again to win. So if that happens, Paul Sacco will tie for the winningest coach in South Jersey history in 2 weeks and come into the Ocean City game with that distinction.
He is a great football coach. There's no question about it. Has a great program. And, I've said all along, and no matter what the sport is, success breeds success. It really does. I mean, whether it's St. Joe's football, of course, in their case, they're successful. Kids want to go to school there, and they can. It's a parochial school, so they can pretty much get the kids that they want that want to come there. But if they're not successful, those kids don't want to come. I mean, that's what – and same as Ocean City's field hockey team. I mean, they've been so successful year after year after year. Cross country here as well. They just have to get back to having football like that.
George Rumer at Century 21, taking a look at a former Ocean City High School athlete. George Rumer has spent his entire life in Ocean City. He knows the community. George is at Century 21 Alliance on 9th Street, where he's equipped to handle your sales and rentals. They want your listings. Visit them online. Contact George Rumer and Century 21 Alliance at 609-399-5711 for Ocean City's finest selection and more. Remember, rumor has it, George knows Ocean City. And congratulations to Andrew DeMaria, a senior out of Ocean City, who's at the College of New Jersey. Andrew and his team finished third in the prestigious Princeton Open. There were 27 college teams and 337 runners in this event, and Andrew finished in the top 40. The only two teams that finished ahead of the College of New Jersey were Penn and Adelphia. And on November 1st, out at Richard Stockton College, the College of New Jersey will be seeking its 21st straight New Jersey Athletic Conference Championship. Andrew DeMaria from Ocean City, a biomedical engineering major at the College of New Jersey and a big part of their successful cross-country team. Look at a former player, brought to you by George Rumer at Century 21.
That's pretty impressive.
What is that, biomedical?
Biomedical, I would guess you're doing some kind of research on cells
stem cells and things like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That'd be the biology part of it.
Quite a field. Ocean City Band playing here at halftime.
Ocean City's boys soccer team, Tom, fell to Washington Township 2-1 today in the semis of the coaches tournament.
Raiders beat St. Augustine 2-1 to get there and had won, I think, 9 in a row. Washington Township is the defending champion in that competition. But a good run there by Aaron Boguszewski and his soccer team, who will be the number 1 seed in South Jersey Group 3 in boys soccer. They, of course, are the defending champions.
Yeah, they've had a good soccer team, a good girls soccer team. And again, the fall sports here, you mentioned it earlier, has just been outstanding here in Ocean City. And I'm sure Kevin Smith and the rest of his staff would like the football team as well to get a few more victories and share in some of that winning percentage.
4 conference champions from Ocean City, girls soccer, boys cross country, girls cross country, and field hockey. As a matter of fact, Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center taking a look at the other Ocean City high school teams. It's an exercise facility that encourages people of all ages and fitness levels to join and feel better. They have fun for everyone. The center has a newly renovated saltwater pool that's great for family time or workouts, strength and conditioning equipment to work out your muscles, cardio machines to get your heart pumping, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 7 till 6, and Sundays from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Phone 609-398-6900 for more information, or visit ocnj.us/recreation online. Well, Bud told you that the boys soccer team was beaten by Washington Township today in the semifinals of the South Jersey Soccer Coaches Association tournament by a score of 2-1. They're now 12-3-1 on the season. The girls soccer team improved to 13-2-2 with a 5-0 win over Egg Harbor Township that clinches the American Conference Championship for the girls soccer team. And the field hockey team beat Bishop Eustace by a score of 4-1 to improve to 18-0. They have outscored their opponents now 140-2 this season. One of them was today. Bishop Eustace scored. This was a trivia answer. Melissa Hurst of Absegahami had been the only player to score against Ocean City in field hockey until today. On Monday, boys soccer, girls tennis, field hockey will play the number 1 team in the country, Eastern, 4 o'clock on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, Ocean City will play the winner of Monday's game between Mainland and Winslow in the South Jersey Group 3 Field Hockey Championship. The Raiders are the defending state champions. And that game on Thursday will be at Trish Lefevre Field, adjacent to the intermediate school. Also on Thursday, the girls and boys cross-country teams will compete in the Cape Atlantic League meet up at Millville. And, of course, the boys cross-country team wants another shot at Middle Township, which edged them out in the Cape May County meet yesterday. The Raiders had won, I think, 9 years in a row. The girls won the county meet for the 5th straight time. All that brought to you by Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center. We're introducing the parents, the band members, and cheerleaders here at halftime. And there's a lot of cheerleaders, so we'll see if there's a lot of seniors that the cheerleaders are going to have to rebuild next year. Ocean City has almost as many cheerleaders as they do football players. And probably if you eliminate the ones on the injured list, it's really very close.
You're not kidding.
Unofficially in the first half, Jameer Provard was 3 for 12 for 35 yards for Atlantic City. Andrew Donahue was 5 for 13 for 42 yards. Leading ground gainer for Ocean City was Dan Henderson, 11 carries for 35 yards for Atlantic City. The leading ground gainer was Aaron Jackson with 7 carries for 27 yards. Atlantic City had 4 first downs. Ocean City had 7. The Vikings were penalized 80 yards in the first half. Ocean City was penalized 20 yards. Atlantic City leads it, though, 8-0. They scored on the first possession of the game, and it's held up so far. The Ocean City will get the ball to start the second half. Skelly's High Point Pub is open 24 hours a day on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday until 3 a.m. the rest of the week. Skelly's is at Shore Road and the White Horse Pike in Absecon. The best food and drink is available to you every day, and they deliver. The High Point has dinners from 4 to 10 p.m. every day, daily luncheon specials, and all your favorites from pizza and wings to cheesecakes and surf and turf. 7 TVs at Skelly's, all hook up to satellites for the best sports coverage. Skelly's High Point Pub, 5 North Shore Road in Absecon. Phone the High Point at 641-3172 for takeout or delivery. Signal Graphics on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, your local commercial printer with the personal service you expect. Cut out the middleman, save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. Signal's state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for very low cost. For fast turnaround and great prices, call the Gunnels, Riley, Kay, or Chris at 609-569-9990. Or for special service, ask for Chugger. Signal Graphics. Well, it looks like the band's going to be rebuilding next year. They got a whole long line, almost 100 yards of people lined up for the senior parents' night here. In fact, the football team is already back, and they haven't only gone through about half the parents here.
You know, it's great that so many parents do come to support the kids. Hamilton, Tom, you mentioned field hockey. Hamilton's field hockey team defeated Egg Harbor Township today 4-2. That was a pretty big game that they had to face. And we had talked about, you and I were talking pre-game here about the field hockey rankings for Group 3 and stuff. And Hamilton had a pretty tough Egg Harbor Township team, although their record wasn't as good. They've played fairly well, so they won that game 4-2 today to stay undefeated.
I think Egg Harbor Township might have been the second-place team behind Ocean City in the American Conference.
They definitely had a lot of band members, like you said. Had they done the cheerleaders and I missed it, or
No, I don't think they have.
That could take 5 minutes.
Unless they did that before the game.
No, we were here before the game. I didn't. They did the players before the game. They didn't do. I don't see any more updates. Most of these games are probably at halftime. We'll run down the scores again in case you're just joining us on our Baumgardner Construction scoreboard. Buna leads Pleasantville 19-14. Greyhounds hanging tough in that game. Bridgeton 16-9, a halftime score over Millville at this point. Hamilton a 14-0 lead over Delsey. And in the final we have St. Augustine 54, Egg Harbor Township 7.
Wonder if they threw a touchdown in that game. St. Augustine hasn't thrown a touchdown all year. Along with Lower Cape May, the only two Cape Atlantic teams that don't have a touchdown pass.
Yeah, nothing about that here.
Of course, Lamont Harris scores a lot for him. He scored 20 touchdowns coming into today.
I also mentioned Shawnee was leading Cherokee 7-0 at the half.
Mm-hmm.
And that was probably one of the premier games in South Jersey.
Absolutely. Shawnee ranked number 3, Cherokee number 11. Cherokee just lost a close game to Lenape, who's undefeated last week. And, of course, those are all the rivals, Shawnee, Lenape, Cherokee, and Seneca, all in the same school district. The captains are getting ready to go out to the center of the field. Atlantic City and Ocean City teams are loosening up. And we're getting ready, not getting closer to this kickoff to start the second half of this game on WPG, Talk Radio 1450. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 1450. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. Under the Flood Insurance Reform Act of 2012, you could save more than $90,000 over 10 years if you build 3 feet above base flood elevation. The all-star staff at Baumgardner House Lifting can attend to all your house raising needs. The Baumgardner family has 65 years of You probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at Shopee.com you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921.
Both teams, Ocean City coming onto the field now, they're going to receive, as you mentioned, Atlantic City's getting their last-minute instructions over there. I'm surprised the senior cheerleaders were not announced. Maybe they're going to do that another time. Maybe they don't have any seniors.
It looks like the wind is circling a little. But toward the ocean.
Maybe that accounted for some of those 47, 48-yard punts.
Mm-hmm. Well, if that's the case, then Atlantic City will be kicking with a wind at its back to start the second half here. Ocean City, they had been lined up. Now they're called together for a little huddle.
You know, they just played so well defensively and tonight and other weeks as well. At least in the first half, they seem to play pretty well defensively. And, you know, maybe they get worn down a little bit later in the game, but they really just have to find a way to get some points on the board and get some momentum
Owen Deeroff and Jared Jones back deep. Jones averaging 27 yards per return. Deeroff a little under 15 per return. Jones has a touchdown. Return to kickoff for a touchdown. 78 yards against Absegami. Now, the ball blew off the tee a little bit. They reset it. And Atlantic City is set to go, waiting for the whistle. There it is. Doug DeBerry to kick it off. It's a line drive kick toward the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds. Deeroff lets it go out of bounds. Ocean City will take it on the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's the second time they've kicked off, and both times now the ball has gone out of bounds. So Raiders going to get good field position to start the second half, see if they can do something with it. No time goes off the clock. Actually going to make them kick it over.
Oh, really? Wow. Now they got to kick it from 5 yards further back.
Yeah, I guess they're looking for a return. They've had some success returning kickoffs.
So they move it back to the 35-yard line. DeBerry will kick it again.
It doesn't happen often that the teams don't take the ball at the 35-yard line. Kicking team wasn't quite sure that they had to move back 5 yards.
DeBerry has the ball on the tee. And we're set to go. Start of the second half. Atlantic City leading here 8-0 at Carey Stadium. High kick this time. And it's dropped. Picked up at the 23-yard line. And breaking into the open at the 45. He's at the 50. Through a tackle, and he's down to the 40-yard line of Atlantic City. A big return by Dan Henderson.
Well, at least they had the right guy in the up position. And luckily for Atlantic City, they did have a safety guy back there. And, you know, most teams do. That's part of your kickoff coverage team. They did have a guy back there, and Henderson was unable to avoid him. Well, he broke through that initial pack there. It looked like he was going to be off to the races.
Dropped the ball, and, of course, sometimes that changes the approach of the defense and may have opened something up. Henderson, the deep back. Donahue gives it to him. Ball comes loose and scramble for it at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I think Atlantic City
Officials
got it.
unpiling. Atlantic City has recovered the ball. It's recovered by Malik Pennell. And Atlantic City has the ball on its own 37-yard line.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, you know, they get a good play and good return, and then, boom, cough it up.
But a good hit, and Atlantic City knocks it loose and takes advantage, as they have done throughout this entire game. When their backs have been against the wall, they've come up with a defensive play or forced Ocean City into an error. Brevard hands the ball off. Shooting through is Jackson. Jackson's at the 50, and he's brought down on a nice tackle at about the 40, maybe the 39-yard line by Harry Feifel.
I'll tell you, Harry Feifel, and especially, Tom, because he's a freshman, he's played very, very well on defense last few weeks especially, and there was an excellent tackle.
23 yards on the play, almost as many as Jackson got in the whole first half. Now they look to the sideline, check the sign out. 1st and 10 at the Ocean City 40. Brevard, again, Jackson off the right side, and he's gone inside. They knocked off his feet by Garrett Jones, but he's inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Two big runs by Aaron Jackson, the 5'9", 155-pound sophomore, and it's a first down for Atlantic City.
Such a change of momentum here.
Ball's just outside the 20-yard line. High snap over Brevard's head. He goes back for it. Ocean City and Atlantic City diving for it, and Atlantic City gets it back.
Yep.
Looks like Brevard may have gotten it back. We'll see.
A couple Raiders had a shot at it, but Brevard was able to garner it in there. It's really been a crazy start to the second half. Great return, fumble on the first play from scrimmage, two big runs for Atlantic City, and then they bad snap and a fumble and lose 15 yards.
They're at the 36. Got to get to about the 13, so call it 2nd and 23. Now they look to the sidelines. Jackson moves to the left of Brevard. Jackson gets it, hesitates, but there's nothing there. Ocean City closes the hole, and he picks up only about 2 yards.
Well, Baumgartner forced him inside, but he was unable to make the tackle. at least he did force him inside to where he had help, and he did have a lot of help in the way of red shirts there.
Third down. Third and real long for Atlantic City. They're on the Ocean City 34-yard line, leading 8-0. We're in the third quarter. Prevard fires down the middle. It's caught by DeBerry, and DeBerry is close to the first down, hit by one and a second defender, and looks like he falls ahead for a big first down for Atlantic City. Going to be right around the Ocean City 10.
Yeah, that is a big first down. Boy, I mean, so far back and played good defense for a couple downs and then give up that big play.
Good catch by DeBerry and got himself open. Prevard with his biggest pass play of the day, though he did throw a touchdown pass. It was only a 1-yarder. He takes the snap, gives the ball to Jackson again, and he's piled up and driven back. So it'll be second and goal.
Boy, Zach Williams has played well defensively as well. Tommy makes a stop there along with Joe Wakolwiak.
Second and goal. Prevard keeps it, pitches it out left. They bottle him up very nicely and make the stop for a loss of a couple of yards. Flags come in, 2-3 flags.
Zach Williams again with a real nice one-on-one tackle. We'll see what the flags are about.
DeBerry on the carry after the pitch. A fake by Prevard into the line and then a pitch back to DeBerry. There's 3 flags on the play, and they all came in after the play. Now the officials are talking, 2 of them. The referee on the far sideline, and now the referee's going to signal exactly what happened and what's going to happen.
I didn't see anything.
Personal foul against Ocean City. So that'll be about half the distance. Take it down to about the 5-yard line.
Interesting. Maybe, wasn't a face mask, or he would have said it was a face mask.
So it's second and goal at about the 5. Prevard takes the snap, pitches it back to Jackson. He's taken down. It falls ahead to about the 2 or 3, taken down by Garrett Jones.
Boy, another nice tackle. Raiders, in the beginning of the season, they weren't tackling as well, but boy, they're tackling well lately. There's 2. The last 2 tackles have been outstanding. Atlantic City knocking on the doorstep here.
So it's 4th down and goal to go. The ball at about the 3-yard line. 2 or 3. Prevard takes the snap, pump fakes, rolls left, man out there, passes a little off target and incomplete, and Ocean City will take over on about its own 2-yard line.
Well, he had him, and if he'd been able to connect with him, it would have been 6 points, but the ball thrown just a little bit behind him, which, a back shoulder throw is not bad if you're over by the sideline and you need to avoid the defender, but that time he had the open receiver. It just didn't lead him enough. And the Raiders dodged 6.
So Ocean City takes over. 7:48 left in the third quarter, trailing 8-0, but they've got it on their own 2-yard line. Donahue in the end zone, waiting the snap. Hands it off. Henderson off the left side. There's some room, and he's out across the 10 and has a first down, it looks like, to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be close. See where they spot the ball.
Officials looking, lining it up, and they're going to say no. It's second down.
A nice 9-yard gain, though, gets him out of the hole a little bit. This has been a strange third quarter so far.
They actually did move the ball back from where I thought it was. It's back just inside the 12, it looks like. So it's second down and about a yard to go, maybe a little less than that. And Henderson again off the left side, and he drives across the 15 for the first down. No doubt about it now.
Yeah, that's gained some yardage there on that play. Atlantic City player a little slow getting up, trying to decide if he's going to get up or not get up. Looks like Tyler Weber.
He started to get up, went back down. Now he's up again. I don't think it's his legs. I think it's something in his hand or his arm or his shoulder. He's just in some pain.
Yeah, they tell you, stay down. Stay down.
And he's just walking off the field on his own. He's walking very strongly. It's his shoulder. He just flexed it. Maybe it popped out and popped back in again. Anyway, it's first down for Ocean City. They're ninth of the game. First down on their own 17-yard line, trailing 8-0. Donahue to Henderson, off the right side. Henderson shoots out across the 30 to the 31 for another first down.
I'll tell you, they could keep that up. Then that really opens up the pass here and there when they need it. But if you're going to get 2 plays first down, 1 play another first down, you might as well keep running the ball.
Ball's out to the 30-yard line. First and 10, Ocean City. Raiders trying to put together a 98-yard drive here. McGuigan splits to the left. Everybody else in tight. 2 backs in the backfield with Donahue. And movement.
Yep.
We'll draw a 5-yard penalty against Ocean City.
Yep, somebody on the left end of that line. Just a slight movement.
So Atlantic City had 80 yards in the first half in penalties. They haven't had any so far here. Ocean City had 20 in the first half, another 10 here in the third quarter. Donahue brings the play into the huddle. First and 15 now, back at the 25. Receiver splits to the right. Everything else in tight. Donahue takes the snap. Play action? No. Yes. And he slipped and fell back at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like it could gain a lot more yards than it did. And, of course, when you slip and fall, that's going to hurt. But there were a couple Atlantic City players over there that were going to make the tackle anyway. So
it'll be second and about 16, maybe 17.
Those couple good 2-3 good runs they had to start the series, and the momentum now is kind of slowed down a little bit with these last couple plays.
Receivers split to the right. Henderson behind Donahue. Henderson gets it. Henderson shoots up the middle, and he drives to about the 30. Picks up about 6 or 7.
Looks like back to the original line of scrimmage anyway. Yep, right on the 30, which was the original line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd and 10. Well, Koviak comes out of the game, so they'll probably line up in a slot formation. They do. Deeroff is in the slot. McWagan split to the left. Angst split to the right. Donahue waiting the snap. Gets it. Rolling left. Floats a pass to Baumgartner. Baumgartner has his legs taken out from under him at about the 35 by Malik Pennell and falls to about the 36-yard line. Picks up about 6, but it'll be 4th and 4.
Well, they finally got that little short pass out to him. The last few had been deflected or were low passes. They got it out to him that time. He just really wasn't able to turn the play upfield with any kind of a strong run that would have been needed to gain that other 5 yards after the catch for the first down.
Donahue to punt. Standing in about his own 22-yard line. Brevard at the 50, awaiting the kick. And he gets it away, just gets it away. Brevard has it bounced to him. He wanted to let it go, but it bounced right to him at the 40. He's at the 45. He's across the 50, down the sideline at the 40 and out of bounds.
Ball hit. He was telling everybody else to get out of the way, and then it bounced right into his arms and made something out of it. Probably gained, 15, 18 yards.
Out of bounds on the Ocean City 40-yard line, so 1st and 10 Atlantic City. They lead at 8-0, scored on the first possession. A 1-yard pass from Prevard to Jones. But Ocean City's defense has been up to the task, and so has Atlantic City's for the rest of the game. Prevard hands it off. Jackson looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but probably got about 2 yards.
Had a little head of steam. Was able to push the pile forward a little bit. But Raiders need to create some kind of turnover here, get some momentum back.
2nd and 8. Atlantic City looking to add to their lead. Trips to the right, receiver to the left. Prevard, quick swing pass is complete at the 30, at the 25, through a tackle at the 20, down to the 15, and spun to the ground at about the 10-yard line. Big play by Atlantic City, the tackle made by Jeff Hoffner.
Tyleek Jones, that's a play they've been trying to connect on 2 or 3 times earlier today, and they weren't able to get the ball to him. You can see why they want to.
It's going to be a goal line situation. The ball just inside the 10. Prevard alone in the backfield, takes a snap. He rolls to the left, gets some pressure, trying to do something with it, fires into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Player right by the sideline. In fact, I think the official may have had to back away from it and finally came in and signaled touchdown Atlantic City.
Well, that all started with the punt return, and it looked like it wasn't going to be a punt return. He was going to let the ball bounce around. Next thing you know, it's an 18-yard gain, and 2 plays later, nice play to Tyleek Jones to set that touchdown pass up.
So a 9-yard touchdown pass.
they've gained some yardage and they just haven't been able to cross that goal line. Time becomes a little bit of a factor here. We're down under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
Ball's at the 40, 1st and 10. Raiders huddling up, trailing 14-0. They have 11 first downs. Atlantic City 7. Atlantic City has 8. Again, they shift everybody to the left. Donahue. Deeroff again on the option or the handoff. And he gets inside the 40 to about the 37 or 38. Kind of faked a pitch to Henderson and handed it off to Deeroff.
He actually, Tom, made something out of absolutely nothing there, and he gained, 3 yards maybe, but it looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss of a yard or two. They run the same play, that inside handoff to the right side that time. They ran it the left side the last couple times, and he did well just to gain anything.
Carlo Gilelli, 6'4", 233-pound senior, checks in at tight end. He hasn't been a tight end until tonight. Handoff is Henderson. Finds a little room. They tried to pull the ball out of his hands, but he holds on to it and gets to about the 35-yard line.
They've run well. They've gained some yardage on the running plays. And I think, when you do the stats, you'll see that they've gained some yardage. They may not get another playoff this quarter, though.
Donahue comes back to the sideline for that reason because he knows he won't get a playoff, so he's talking with his coaches as the third quarter comes to an end. Atlantic City on top here, 14-0. Ocean City is at the Atlantic City 35-yard line. They've got a third and about 5 coming up. The Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of Egg Harbor Township and Ocean City. If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, washers, dishwashers, disposals, you name it, Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 1450. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Don't forget tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN, Tony Blum and Jim Schaefer will be in Hamilton as Mainland takes on St. Joe's. Mainland battled undefeated Bunin to overtime last week. They gave St. Augustine a pretty good game earlier in the year. Let's see what happens with the ultimate test for Bob Coffey's Mustangs.
Right now in Hamilton, Tom Delsey scored the last 2 touchdowns, and they've tied the Blue Devils at 14 in that game.
All right, Ocean City, third and about 5. At the 35-yard line of Atlantic City. Now wait until everybody's set here. I don't know if they've whistled the ball for play. Yep, they have. Donahue awaits the snap. Play action. Back to throw. Throws over the middle for Baumgartner, and it's incomplete. A lot of coverage back there for Atlantic City.
I was getting ready to say a lot of traffic, so traffic coverage, same thing. I guess not the same thing. If you had a lot of red shirts, there'd be traffic, but boy, that was and yet it almost could have been caught, but there were 4 or 5 white jerseys right there.
Ocean City goes after it here, 4th and 5. They're on the 35 of Atlantic City.
I won't be surprised to see if they give the ball to Henderson.
Well, he'd be surprised because he's not in there.
Well, I guess you're right.
Slot to the right, receiver to the left. Donahue back to throw. Throws caught at about the 30-yard line, very close to the first down. That's Noah Ungst, who made the catch. And look where they're lining the ball up, they did get the first down.
Well thrown ball and a good route and a first down. I mean, that's good execution.
I see this guy sitting down here in the stands with Ungst's name on his back and number 8. It's probably his father, his grandfather, somebody. Got to be thrilled. The kid hasn't played all year. He's made 2 key catches here tonight. Here's Jones trying to get to the outside, and he just couldn't. Too much pursuit. He couldn't turn the corner and was driven out of bounds.
Looks like it might be a grandfather. I used to think they were fathers, that the fathers were that age, and now the fathers are so darn young, Tom. They got to be the grandfathers.
Gain of about 3. It's 2nd and 7.
Tough when you see mothers and fathers of kids, and you taught the parents, and sometimes close to the grandparents, I guess.
Slot to the right, receiver to the left. They shift Baumgartner to the right. Jones right up the middle. He's driving for yardage and pushing people. There's a flag, another flag, and he gets to the 20, very close to a first down. But let's see what the flags are.
Might be a face mask.
It seems like it's pleasing the Ocean City players, though the referee has not yet made a signal. The ball ended up on a 19-yard line. It is a face mask. So that'll move Ocean City about half the distance. No, it'll move them 5 yards, so it was just touching the face mask, not grasping it.
Evan Nathan, a nice block there, pulled out of his offensive line position there at guard, and made a nice block to spring that run.
1st and 10 at about the 15 for Ocean City. Baumgartner shifts right to left. There's Jones off the left side, gets inside the 15, maybe to the 14.
Yeah, again, you see Baumgartner go in motion to the left, and pretty much every time they do that, they run behind him. And Atlantic City kind of shifted that way as he went in motion.
Ocean City brings a couple of receivers out of the game and send in another tight end. Only one receiver out here. McWiggin to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. They hand it off right side and spun around trying to back down for a couple of yards and might have gotten to the 13-yard line. That was Jones.
Well, it looks like it brings up a passing down now, though. I like the call there. They've been running the football well inside, and I like them running the ball in the first couple downs there, although now it sets up a pretty obvious passing down, which always makes it more difficult to throw the ball.
3rd and 9 at about the 14-yard line. Slot to the wide side to the left. Ungst is split to the right. Single back behind Donahue. Donahue takes it and rolls left. Floats a pass toward the end zone. It's tipped up and looks like it's intercepted. It was tipped up in the air and intercepted at around the goal line, running it out to about the 15 or 16-yard line, and Atlantic City comes up with another big defensive play, and Ocean City is turned away.
I almost got the impression it looked like there were two receivers in the same spot, and it almost looked like one deflected the ball away that was intended for the other one. Maybe not, but when it was deflected, I think it was intercepted at that point. But I think an Ocean City player got his hands on the ball first.
From the 15-yard line, Atlantic City with the ball now, leading 14-0 with 9:39 left in the fourth quarter. One Atlantic City player took a long route to get to the wide receiver spot.
He's tired already.
Brevard takes the snap, gives to Jackson. Jackson drives off the right side. He's across the 20 and still going. He's out close to the 25-yard line. Picks up almost enough for a first down.
Yeah, just struggling to close the deal on offense when they've been in that area of the red zone or close to the red zone a few times. They just can't find a way to get 7 points.
2nd and about a yard. Brevard awaits the snap. back to his left, double slot formation. Now they look to the side, and Jackson moves to the right of him. Brevard gives it to Jackson. Brevard keeps it rolling right, and he's got the first down out to about the 23-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
Of course, one of the reasons Ocean City's had struggled to score points is that Atlantic City's come up with big defensive plays when they've had to. And that was another example, that interception at the goal line prevents 6.
Another reason Ocean City's had some opportunities is Atlantic City's got 105 yards in penalties, including the 10 they just got here. Now they're going to be pushed back inside the 15 to about the 13. So second and about 13. Brevard waits the snap. Drops back. Looking. Now he starts to run. He gets away, fires, incomplete. Pass was knee high, and the receiver was moving away from the ball a little bit, got hands on it, but couldn't pull it in. So it's third down.
I tell you, though, he has such athleticism, does Brevard, Tom. You just never know when he's going to tuck the ball and run and when he's going to stop running and look downfield and throw it. It really puts pressure on the defense. Excuse me.
Third and 13. Double slot formation. Brevard looks to the sideline. He's got Jackson to his left. Takes a snap, drops back, looking down the middle, floats it down the middle, and it is incomplete. He had both hands on the ball, but couldn't bring it in, and terrific coverage out there. Was that Jeremiah Johnson? I believe it was.
I'll tell you what, it actually, that ball looked like it was caught, and then Johnson made a big hit, and jarred the ball loose, so that it wasn't caught, but it was going to be caught.
Johnson's limping badly. He's still in the game, though. He's going to rush the punter here, unless they're going to spend a timeout. Somebody is.
Yeah, Ocean City called timeout.
Okay. They're going to get him out of there. So timeout Ocean City. With 8:36 left in the fourth quarter, the Raiders are going to get the ball back, trailing 14-0. For over 60 years, Diorio's Circle Cafe has been a gathering spot for local sports fans. They're loaded with televisions at Diorio's, so you can always see your favorite game. In fact, you can see 3 or 4 games from almost anywhere you sit. It's not fine dining at Diorio's, just good food. In fact, their wings and tenders were voted best at the shore. The kitchen's open daily at 11 a.m., and you can phone 609-927-6111 for takeout. The Circle is gone, but Diorio's Circle Cafe is still there on MacArthur Boulevard in Summers Point. So Ocean City, 8:36 left in the fourth quarter, is going to get the ball back. They did get Jeremiah Johnson out of the game. He limped to the sidelines. And here comes the punt from Atlantic City. Dieroff's way back at the 45, his own 45-yard line. High snap, but he handles it. Good rush and a really high punt. Fair catch called by Dieroff at the Atlantic City 45-yard line. Raiders will start from there.
I guess that was just a mark that the one official threw down there on the ground, not a flag, but it looked like he was throwing a flag down there. It was yellow anyway. I thought maybe there might have been contact with Dieroff as he caught the ball, but he just threw that down there to mark where the football was.
So 1st and 10 Ocean City on the Atlantic City 45-yard line. Jeremiah Johnson, watching him on the sideline, he's still limping, but he's getting better as he walks. Donahue awaits the snap. They move Baumgartner left to right, hand the ball off, and right up the middle for nothing. Good reaction by Atlantic City as they stop Henderson.
A lot of these games winding down now, Tom. Delsey's at Hamilton's 9-yard line with 2.5 minutes left to go in a tie football game, looking to end Hamilton's unbeaten streak. Looks like Buna's going to survive at Pleasantville. They lead the Greyhounds 26-14. And Bridgeton kind of having their way up at Millville, leading the Bolts 29-9.
2nd and 10 on the 45 for Ocean City. Donahue takes the snap, drops back, gets rushed, throws it for Deeroff downfield, and it is incomplete. Deeroff made a dive for it. He was running stride for stride with the defensive back, and he made a last-ditch effort to try to dive in and get it, but he was unsuccessful. Good coverage by Javon Bostic.
I just felt I think you have to look around and see where the ball. I mean, the second time that again, he had good coverage, but he never turned around to look to see where the ball was. And it's, again, to me, it's almost like face guarding as the receiver's attempting to catch the pass.
Slot to the left, receiver to the right. It's 3rd and 10 for Ocean City at the Atlantic City 45. Donahue back the punt. It's a screen pass to Henderson. On the left side, he runs through a tackle and dives to the 40, maybe the 39. So it'll be 4th down and about 4 yards to go.
Another nice defensive play there by Deion Davis, who's played very, very well from his linebacker position. He didn't actually make the stop, but slowed him down enough to allow the tackle to be made a couple yards upfield.
It's on about the 39-yard line, just inside the 40. 4th and about 4 for Ocean City. They trail 14-0. Looks like they're going to have a slot to the right and a receiver to the left. Back to throw. Quick pass left side caught for a 1st down by Ungst. His 3rd reception of the game.
Baumgartner.
And all 3 for a – oh, it was?
No, I was going to say Baumgartner ran a like a fly pattern from the tight end position straight down the middle of the field and got behind the secondary, but I think they kind of held up when they saw the pass being thrown short.
Okay. 14th 1st down for Ocean City. Ball's inside the 35-yard line, 34, call it. And they give it to Deeroff coming from the slot, but this time they're waiting for him and stop him for about a 2 or 3 yard loss.
Andy Nunez makes that stop. 6'2", 179-pound junior, also a linebacker.
2nd and about 12. Been working on Zach Wyman on the sidelines. Trouble with his back or his leg, and they stretched him out to the point where he seems to be okay. He's grabbed his helmet and ready to go back in when needed. Receiver split to the right is Ungst, slot to the left. Donahue takes the snap, pump fakes, throws. The ball was tipped. It's incomplete, but he got some distance on it.
He did, threw it hard, nice
I think they hit his arm is actually what they hit, but he may have just gotten rid of it.
Had Ungst was running a little post pattern. He was looking for some help from the official and some contact, but incidental. Got to be in 4-down territory at this point. 5.5 minutes left. You trail by 2 scores.
Donahue 9 for 21 for 66 yards in this game. Clock stopped with 5:38 left in the 4th quarter. Ocean City trailing 14-0. They've got the ball on the 36-yard line of Atlantic City. Donahue back to throw, big rush. He goes downfield and just a little bit too long for Christian Baumgartner, who had to step on the defense. Donahue went down hard. Defender came in untouched from the defensive end position.
Yeah, he has taken a beating on a few of these pass plays, and you can bet they're coming again. You know, at this point, they're just putting a lot of pressure on him in these obvious passing situations, and that was an obvious passing down, and this is another one. So you can bet they're coming again.
4th and about 12. Around the 37-yard line of Atlantic City with 5:33 left. Vikings lead 14-0. 2 touchdown passes by Jameer Pravard and a 2-point conversion. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. Donahue takes a snap, rolling right, fires, and it's overthrown. Almost a spectacular one-handed interception. by Malik Pennell, but he couldn't pull it in. They were trying to get the ball to Deeroff, and it was a little long. Pennell came down awkwardly, but he's up on his feet. And Atlantic City, the defense steps up again, and the Vikings will take over on their own 37-yard line. Atlantic City leads it 14-0. 5:25 left in the fourth quarter.
Need a turnover.
Prevard, double slot formation. Hands the ball off, and there's no room at all for Jackson.
Yep, and we've said this several times, Tom, and you know, Atlantic City's defense has just come up big when they've had to. They've dodged all these penalties that they've had against them and haven't put a lot of points on the board, but they've played strong defense tonight.
Jeremiah Johnson back in the game for Ocean City. Prevard looks to the sideline. Clock's running, so they want to take as much time as they can. He hands it off to Jackson. Nope, kept it. Good play by Prevard, but he runs out of bounds, which wasn't so good, at about the 39, 38-yard line. Only gained about a yard or two.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was thinking. I'm sure the Atlantic City coaches on the sidelines are thinking, boy, we liked everything about it until you stepped out of bounds.
So it's 3rd and about 7. Clock stopped with 4:45 left. Prevard, ready? Nope. Going to look at the sign. Sign wasn't up. Now they put it up. Prevard takes the snap, swings a pass out to DeBerry. DeBerry, 3 players around him. No place to go. Down he goes back around the 34, 35-yard line.
Really impressive there, Tom. Just the defense just continues to work hard at it. Zach Bussam, was that?
Well, it's a punting situation for Atlantic City. Javier Laura, the punt, stands at his own 20. And all the way back at his own 25 is Deeroff. High snap. Laura just gets it away before Garrett Jones cut in front of him. The kick hits at the 42, and it's going to roll dead right on the Ocean City 40. So the Raiders, with 3:53 left, take over on their own 40, trailing 14-0 here at Carey Stadium.
Defensively, they keep giving themselves a chance. I'm sure the defensive coaches are happy with how they have been able to contain Atlantic City. Of course, Atlantic City's defense's coaches are just as happy, even more happy.
Ocean City without Owen Plasik again this week. And, of course, they've been playing without Dylan Fay, who might be back in a couple of weeks. And this week also without their fine defensive end, Jack Sturley. But they did get Noah Ungst back, and he's made 3 catches for first downs in this game. Donahue takes a snap. Back to throw. He's in trouble. And he's going to go down for a loss of about 9 yards back around the 31-yard line.
Well, Atlantic City's got man-to-man coverage plus a free safety, so 4 against 3 on the pattern and not enough blocking that time to keep the pressure away. Delsey's kicked a field goal, Tom. They lead Hamilton 17-14 late in the game, but Hamilton has the football at the Delsey 44-yard line with 2 minutes left. It's a heck of a football game up there.
Well, a holding penalty on that play, too, against Ocean City, but they'll decline it, I think, because it'll be 2nd and 19 instead of 1st and 20. Yeah. So 2nd and 19 for Ocean City back at its own 31-yard line. Unk splits to the right, a slot to the left. Donahue waits the snap, hands it off. Henderson cuts behind a block and drives out across the 35 for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to, unless you can break one of those free. And even at that, you're going to have a tough time racing 70 yards and outrunning some of these Atlantic City defensive backs who are pretty darn quick.
Third down, about 17 yards to go. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. No, double slot formation to get everybody into position. Donahue awaits the snap. He's back to throw. Throwing long down the middle, and it's off the hands of the intended receiver, Owen Deeroff. It looked like it was going to be too long, but he ran under it, just couldn't pull it in.
Couldn't tell if the Atlantic City defender, Tom, actually tipped it right before it hit Deeroff's hands. Would have been a heck of a catch, a well-thrown pass that time.
So it's fourth down, about 17 yards to go. Ocean City in its own territory at the 34-yard line, but trailing 14-0 with just 2:42 left. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, this is going to be it. If they don't get a first down here, I think all that remains is a final score.
Donahue gets the play into the huddle. Raiders. McGuigan splits to the right. It's a slot to the left. No, it's a double slot, actually. Donahue back to throw. Wanted to throw a screen. Couldn't. Found some running room. There's a flag on the play, and he's out across the 45 to the 47, but he's about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down. But flag on the plays. It was a pass play and turned into a run, and consequently, somebody from Ocean City probably did something.
Yeah, probably downfield. Might be a lineman downfield.
They're picking it up. There is no penalty. So a nice run by Donahue, but he falls about 4 yards short of the first down. And Ocean City turns it over with 2:33 remaining. Atlantic City takes over on the Ocean City 45-yard line.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they throw the ball at all here. I mean, they might run that option play a little bit or just a straight handoff.
Double slot. Brevard takes the snap, keeps it himself. Now he bounces it toward the outside. He's to the 40 and down to around the 38-yard line.
Yeah, not even looking to hand the ball off there, risk any kind of an exchange.
Unofficially, 7 carries, 28 yards for Brevard. He's thrown for 92 and 2 touchdowns. They look to the sidelines, do the Vikings.
Inside 2 minutes by the time they snap this one.
Nobody's put up a sign yet. Man, they say the heck with it. Must have been some kind of signal because they're ready to go now. Brevard hands it off to Jackson, and there's nothing there. And Zach Wyman, who just was getting the stretching exercises from Beth Kelly a few moments ago, wraps him up and puts him down. Ocean City calls its second timeout of the second half. They have one more. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 for Atlantic City with a minute 43 left. You need a sign, you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie at Blue Water Graphics creates signs for real estate and other businesses. He does construction site signs and window lettering for your business. Can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, whatever lettering you need, phone Captain Charlie at 823-8891. Blue Water Graphics. This game brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. Also brought to you by the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. And Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Absecon, Rio Grande Avenue in Wildwood, Route 50 in Mays Landing, and at Perry Egan, 16th and Simpson in Ocean City. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels. All right, here we go. Brevard, 3rd and 5 at about the Ocean City 40. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, going left, gets a block, shoots down the sideline. He's going to get the first down to about the 30-yard line before he was driven out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to rule him inbounds, Tom. I thought he was out of bounds as well, but I guess the knee went down inbounds. It's going to keep the clock running. unless the Raiders call a timeout.
1st and 10 at the 30 for Atlantic City. They're all looking to the sideline, but nothing's happening over there. It does really change the rhythm of the game. This checking the sideline, some teams then check their wrists. Here it's just whatever's on the sign or whatever the signal is from the coach. Brevard gets the snap up the middle. He's got some room. Brevard at the 15. He's at the 10, and he's down to about the 6 or 7, maybe 8-yard line.
Yep, they'll stop the clock to move the chains, but I said it's just a question of whether this game's going to be 20, 22, or 14.
Ball's on about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for Atlantic City with 52 seconds left. And Brevard's up under center. He's watching the official, who keeps the official time. He takes the snap and drops to a knee to end the football game. Unless Ocean City wants to spend a timeout. Clock running, and Atlantic City on top here, 14-0. The Vikings get a win that they need to move up and try to get into the top 8 in Group 5. They came into this game number 10 in Group 5. And Ocean City was number 9 in Group 3. We'll be looking at a consolation game as the Raiders drop their 6th in a row. They'll be off next week, and they will play the number 1 team in South Jersey 2 weeks from tomorrow. So a big win for Atlantic City, because every game that Atlantic City plays is big and important if they want to get into the Group 5 playoffs for the 5th straight year. Game brought to you by Halliday Leonard, 700 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. Phone them at 398-5737. Halliday Leonard will help make your dream home a reality. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th and the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at Gillians.com and at Stainton's Gallery on Asbury Avenue, downtown Gillian's. At Local Gym and Fitness, their staff brings more than 30 years of training experience to the job. Local Gym and Fitness is at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Call them at 609-545-8732 or visit them online at localgymandfitness.com. By Shriver's Saltwater, Taffy, and Fudge in the center of the Ocean City Boardwalk for more than 115 years. They offer their selection of saltwater, taffy, fudge, macaroons, mint rolls, nuts, and chocolates online. Visit Shrivers.com, where you can place an order and receive your delicious treats within days. Shrivers on the Boardwalk at 9th Street. Also by the Lobster Loft in Sea Isle City with 2-for-1 dinners on Thursdays and Fridays and half-price bar appetizers. Look for the Big Red Lobster at 42nd Street in the Bay in Sea Isle. Cape May County's most unique 9-hole challenge. Links Style Golf at Heritage Links Golf Course on Route 9 in Ocean View. Phone 609